Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Jennifer Mazur. So I'm just creating this video today because I thought it was important to talk about, what I do as an animal communicator and what to expect. And also I kind of get sometimes the questions from other people, how I'm different from others and what can be considered authentic. So I only know what I do, as a reader. I have in the past gotten readings before from other individuals. Um, I sometimes would find them to be lacking certain information, or I would find that, like, when they're reading in, instead of like just being direct towards me, I would find that they're all over the place. Like maybe it would just be like a news broadcast for everyone, where they're not necessarily seeing my timeline, they're seeing other timelines of someone else. So I find that when I read, the beauty of me is I'm able to connect with you. If you're going to have a reading with me, I'm able to connect with you. I'm able to also, bring in family members that have passed. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a medium because, that's, I can do everything, but that is not specifically what I do. So, but I can bring in anybody, that wants to come in, that wants to share something with us, something that's relevant to the conversation, something that needs to be addressed. I also, during a pet session, I will tell my clients things that are going on with the pet, but at the same time, I'm not here to like sit here and to tell you, okay, your pet really likes you, it likes the way you give them treats or whatever. Yes, it does come through a little bit, but most of the conversation is going to be geared towards ways that you guys can work together, ways that I can bridge the gap. And what I mean by that is, maybe your horse, has a little girthy due to having acid reflux. And maybe the acid reflux is due to his stress instead of like the hay that he's being fed in the grain. At times I see that it's the horse creating the unnecessary stress in themselves, where something that I have to, like, talk to the animal or the dog or the cat or whatever it is and express them, that maybe they don't have to be like that. Maybe, they can just relax. But also at times I find that sometimes, just like you and I, that is part of their personality as well. So it is good to know what the animal's personality is, what the animal's preference is, because I feel that that really helps with the relationship. Because if you're going to, let's say, do something that's stressful for them, let's say taking them to another barn and putting them on a trailer, that they don't necessarily care for that. You can possibly have a conversation like I'm doing right now, talk to your animal, and tell them what's happening, where they're going, talk to them, or book a session with me. I can have a conversation with your animal. That always helps too. That's like a little better. Um, sorry. Um, but that's always a little better than sitting there and doing things yourself. But like I said, I find all the time that people, they just ignore like the signs of the animal, like certain things they just ignore it, and then it starts to be worse, or it develops into something else, and then all of a sudden it's like a bigger problem than it needs to be. So my job is to come in and to have a conversation with that animal, have a conversation with the owner, and try and, like, work through those kinks. um I'm trying to think offhand of something that. So one time, I believe I was doing like a miniature horse, and the miniature horse actually, you know, not only it was it like shy and everything, but I felt like the miniature horse needed to have a leader. So I thought it was very important. So I told the owner, I'm like, listen, I'm like, I suggest doing a lot of groundwork with this mini. I said, because it's really going to strengthen your bond and it's really going to help them see you as a leader, because at times our horses need a leader. And, we don't realize that they, even though they have a very timid personality, or maybe they have a very aggressive personality, they still need a leader, so it's important sometimes to know what type of personality they have. I mean, I've met some horses that are like, some that just don't care. They're just like, whatever, I'm going to do whatever you want, we're going to go wherever you want. I'm just very like lighthearted, like easygoing person. And I've met others who are like an old grumpy man who don't want to do anything, or old lady who don't want to do anything, don't want to do this, just want to stay where they're at, just want to be in the comfort zone, but that's their personality. So that's what I find my readings, and that's what I find myself doing during my readings, giving you more of an authentic reading. Now, when people are reading for you, you're going to find that when I read for you, not people, I'm sorry, that it does not come in a long sentence of things. Anything that comes to my mind, or comes into, when I'm reading, is going to be, well, a thought. Like, let me give you an example. What it be? So this woman was asking me, I'm moving to another place. How do you feel my cat's going to feel about moving to another place? How do you feel? So I closed my eyes, I connected with the cat, and I look in, and right away I see a cat with its luggage packed. So the cat was ready. The cat was ready to move and start a new life and go on this new journey with this person. So that's what it is. And then I'll tell you, well, I'm getting, I feel like your father's coming through, but like, I don't feel like he has much to say, but I just feel like he's here. And then the individual, the person will say to me, oh, that's so amazing, because, I've been feeling like my father's been with me. So do you see? It's more or less like a thought that comes through, and I'm giving you the most authentic thought that comes through and the most authentic feeling, instead of me sitting there giving you a whole lot of hoopla, meaning saying to you, well, he wants to do this and he wants to do that and he da, 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 da. No, doesn't work like that. Not for me, at least. Maybe it works like that for other people, but that's not authentic for me, because like, what's dropping through is like, I call it like little pieces of bread, I guess, like breadcrumb trail. It's like duh, duh, duh. It's little tiny little droppings. And I find that that's the most authentic for me, and then we'll do like a banter back and forth, because I'll say to you, well, what does that mean to you when I bring this up? What does it mean to you when the horse tells me, I'm going to just bring up a horse again. He says to me, well, when we go to the mounting block, it's always like, I don't know what, it's an issue with the mountain block. He's telling me every time we go to the mountain block, it's an issue. And then the client goes, oh, yes, I get that, because every time I go to the mounting block with this horse, I never know what I'm going to get, whether it's going to be a good ride, whether it's going to be a bad ride. So that's how my readings go. And, so when I find other people sitting there doing like readings where like they're sitting there giving you a long sentence and putting all this stuff into it, I'm like, okay, it just doesn't resonate with me, because I just know the way I read, and how highly aligned I am, in the sense where, what I mean, if I'm speaking to a client and something else is coming through that needs to be addressed, let's say something with the client where they're going through a tough time or they need something to work out, I will feel that, and I'll say to the client, I'm feeling like this individual in your life, what's going on with that? Or else we can book a separate session for that and work out that as well. But, I feel myself as highly versed in different areas. I don't like to sit here and just say I do one thing, because, that would just be putting myself into a box, and I don't like to do that. I really like to be versatile. And, it's important. It's important to be authentic to people, because, at the end of the day, people are paying you for your time. They're paying me for my time. And, I want everybody to walk away with the most amazing reading possible. And the one thing I can say to people is to be open. You know, I'm here to deliver a message. You know, whatever comes through, I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm not here to change it. I'm just here to give you the message. Now, whatever that's going to look like, I don't know, but I'm just going to tell you whatever comes through. I mean, yes, I've had times where people haven't liked what I had to say, um, where possibly they don't want to come back, but in the end they come back and then they tell me, oh, you're right, what you said, you know, I thought about it, you know, like a couple of days later or a week later, and I listened to your recording again and you were totally spot on, and that happened and that happened. So that's why I ask people to have an open mind. um, you know, not everybody is going to connect with me or my readings, and I'm okay with that. You know, I'm okay because I know my people are out there. um it is what it is, and you know, I don't have to like sit here and to sell myself and to sit here and to do much more, but just be me, because I know that, you know, I'm giving you what you need. I know that, you know, at the end of the day that I'm being authentic and I'm telling you what's coming through, and I'm not sugarcoating anything, like I said. You know, and I think that's really, really important for readings. So, you know, if you're ever going to go find a reading or find somebody that's going to, you know, do something for you, find the person that you feel like you most resonate with. You know, if you don't resonate with them, then obviously, you know, don't go and do it. But, you know, find a person you resonate with, and, you know, just go in with an open mind and an open heart, and, you know, just be willing to just listen. You know, I also tell people sometimes when they're very closed to put their hand on their heart and to just like close their eyes so I can kind of read in a little bit easier, because sometimes I feel that people's energy is I don't want to say challenging to read, but it's a little bit, it's like they have like this block, you know, on them. And I get that. I get that. We all have some sort of blocks on us where we don't want to share things and things that we don't want to work through. So, you know, I get that. But my preference of reading obviously is animals. You know, I do love working with horses. I also do love working with people because people are amazing in the sense where I just love to help people heal, because like I was on a healing journey for many years myself. I'm still actually on a healing journey, and you know, I find that I am also a work in progress. You know, I also have struggles, I have things that like I have to clear up. You know, I too like have to work on, you know, stopping my mind from running amok, and, you know, work on my ego and settle myself down, and, you know, just be work on being present, because I came into this earth with all this energy, and this energy wants to propel me forward, and it's great, but at times it can be a hindrance on me because it really gets my mind working, and when my mind is working, that's my ego is coming in to say, hey, maybe you should be doing this, maybe you should be doing that, maybe you should be buying this. And that's not my truth. That's not my reality that I want to live in. And if I'm sitting here doing excessive buying, which I don't want to do, it means that like there's something inside me that I have to clear up. So, you know, I do have those spouts that I go to through of like, I guess, being bored and I have to be busy. But I, you know, when I have those times, I guess that, you know, when I'm on a lull from reading, or, you know, not busy with the horse and things like that. Because, like I said, I have this very, you know, a lot of energy at times. You know, obviously, I have to cook dinner, I have to take care of my children, take care of my husband, I have to take care of my house. But besides that, you know, I will find an outlet for myself to just to do things that I enjoy, like maybe doodle, color, uh, you know, listen to like a spiritual recording from my mentor, you know, things like that that are uplifting, make me happy, give me my greatest joy. But I absolutely love, like I said, meeting with all you guys and just doing these readings, whether it be on you, whether it be on your pet, whether it be on, I think one time I did a reading on a Highland cow. You know, it's just so magnificent. It's so beautiful. And I'm just so lucky to have this, you know, adventure with all of you. And I just want to thank you. You know, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me. thank you for subscribing because, it just makes my day and I just love it. And I'm so grateful for all of you and everyone that has signed up, to have a reading with me and who wants to take this journey with me. I thank you all. So have a great day and I love you all. Bye, guys.